So in this, the Phoenix flexes her muscle, and I am here for it, and does some trash talk in the process. Now, is this Jean, or is this the Phoenix? Support the comic book industry. Visit your local LCS. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We continue our coverage of Phoenix with number 10. Our story starts off with a frisbee, and Jean saying that there was her life before the frisbee and her life after she threw the frisbee. Now, if you're an X-Men fan, you probably know that Jean's best friend died, and that's how her powers kind of like manifested right there. I didn't know how she died. She was playing frisbee with a friend. I guess she threw it a little bit too hard. It went down the street, and a car hit her best friend and killed her. She said in those few seconds, her childhood ended. She lost dinners with family. She lost bike rides on warm summer days. She lost staying up past her bedtime to finish the last chapter. She lost pillow forts. She lost her parents. She lost her sister Sarah. She knows what it feels to lose her childhood in just a few seconds. So that's why she fights like hell to make sure that no one else has to suffer that kind of fate. So now before I say her name, let me get this pulled up. According to Kevin Davis, 5198, it's a dandy, not a Dante. A dandy, because there's no T, right? So the Phoenix goes, a Danny, no, you can't hold me here. And then somebody goes, she doesn't have to. And before I pronounce this person's name, I'm going to need Kevin's help again. He says it's Pericus, not Pyrrhus. I don't think I was saying like that, but it is what it is. So it's Pericus and a Dan E. Hopefully now I'm not distracting you. Watch them leave a comment like, you dumb son of a, you still got it wrong. Anyway, the one-armed dark god is like, your power is limitless, Phoenix. The only thing that stops you is your pathetic empathy. Now, if you guys are kind of lost, let me try to bring up speed, because I was kind of lost when I was reading this. You see, the dark gods are using Adani, who has a small portion of Phoenix Force. They're using her as like a gateway to bring in the Shadow Realm into this reality. They went to the nexus of all realities so that the Shadow Realm could spread throughout the multiverse. So then he's like, and you could have stopped all this from happening. I can tell you the exact moment that you could have stopped this. It was when you decided to help Nova save her prison inside of a black hole instead of stopping my escape pod. He's like, in that moment, you chose this outcome. A child addicted to power, begging to get it from whatever source she could find it. The god Corey, the Shadow Realm, hell, even your flames. So then the things were like, hold on, slow down, homeboy. I made the decision to help the greatest number of people I could. The decision to kill her father and bring her to the god Corey, that was you. Now, if you thought I was messing up pronunciations before, like DX would say, are you ready? Kevin, are you ready? For my lonely Yorkie in attendance, and for the hundreds, yes, we're up to hundreds watching on YouTube. Let's get ready to mess up some names. So one of the dark gods pops out of nowhere and goes, the Phoenix thinks she could stop the dark gods, but I wouldn't bet on those odds. Who does this guy think he is, Etrigan or something? So Phoenix was like, you like rhymes? Takats or tacos, whatever. Like when I put this in Google, it said, did you mean tickets? Like when Dan Jurgen created these beings, 25 years ago, he was probably like, I don't give a damn how to pronounce it. Like, okay, you know what? Dan Jurgens, if you're watching, which no, you're not watching, but if you're watching, let us know how to pronounce these people's names, please. Since you created them, you're like God, so let us know how to pronounce them. But then Phoenix goes, how about this one? Let's just say she's not Eminem. You believe you already won, but this fight has only begun. Like I said, not the greatest rhyme. So then she starts to beat up the dude that looks like Black Tar, and she goes, I wonder what universe you're going to wind up in, Slardoff. Like, that's the best I can do. Put it in Google Translate. It was like, you mean sloth? Like learn how to spell, dude. Like, why'd you add an extra O and a T? So she's like, you know what? Just send me a postcard. As she disperses dude into different realities. So then she'd like to chill. Your illusions would be impressive if I wasn't psychic. And she handles this dude like she's just flexing her muscles on these dark guys. So Paradise Cuss is like, you think you're doing something, but we're spreading the shadow realm to all the different realities, and you can't be in two places at once, which is false, especially if you watch Comics Explained. There might be multiple eternities, multiple living tribunals, multiple celestials, but there's only one Phoenix Force, and we know the Phoenix Force expands to all realities. I guess Paradise Cuss didn't watch that video. So I guess the dark god Majestin has teleporting abilities, and she pretty much allows them to dip the hell out of the nexus of all realities. So now Phoenix is thinking to herself, he feels like I'm not going to go after him. I'm going to stay and help Adani, which he's right. I am going to help Adani. Now what she does is she starts to feed her power into Adani, which since Adani is pretty much the nexus to the shadow realm that's spreading across the multiverse, it starts to burn and destroy the shadow realm that has spread to all the other different realities. So yes, she can be in two places at once. And if he'd have watched Rob from Comics Explained, he'd have knew that. So now that that problem's taken care of, now she needs to deal with the problem of Adani, which he tells her, look, I can take care of all this, but you have to make the decision to let it go. And Adani feels like if she lets it go, how can she protect anybody? Like, she'll just be a girl in a world of gods and monsters, which is true. But then Phoenix is like, no, you'll just be a girl in a world full of possibilities. So Adani's like, you can undo everything that Paradise Cuss did and bring back my father and take me home. And then Phoenix is like, no, I can't do that. Let me rephrase that. She could, but that's not her purpose. She goes, I am the overseer of the cycle of life and death, but interfering, restoring life where it's been taken, interrupts the balance, which is false because this is comics. Anybody who dies comes back. Anybody who dies comes back. So then what if she said was true? She's doing a horrible job at it. Then she brings up how she's lost her family too. Every day she would just want to bring back her parents or bring back her sister Sarah, but she doesn't because it will mess up the balance. Okay. So Phoenix goes, that's the way of the light. So now what do you choose? And Adani goes, I choose the light. And she takes back her portion of the Phoenix Force, and she also gets rid of the shadow realm from Adani, but later on she says she absorbs it, so you know that's going to be an issue. And then there's this little girl, and she starts to cry, and the Phoenix picks her up and holds her. I knew she got too grown too fast. Like, I knew she got too grown too fast. So then we cut to a moon that the Phoenix built and designed herself, and it's supposed to be a sanctuary for any child who has been harmed or displaced by higher powers in the universe. She's gonna need a lot more moons than that if that's the case. And Rocket and Nova are there, and the Phoenix is like, I'm gonna need your help to take care of any situations that I can't take care of. And Rocket's like, you're a Phoenix. What situations can't you take care of? So then Phoenix is like, instead of me telling you what I can't do, let me tell you what I can do. I'm going to focus on cosmic balance. And as he's flying away, somebody is calling out to her telepathically. And I'm not going to lie, I thought this was Charles Xavier. I'm like, oh, Charles is into the picture. No, it is not Charles. It's her long dead sister, Sarah, who is alive and well. Now, she has cosmic awareness. So how the hell did she not know her sister was alive? That's one. And then for two, like I said, nobody stays dead in comics. So Phoenix, you might as well go ahead and bring back her father, because this whole cosmic balance thing and life and death, it's like a seesaw with one person on it. One side is up and the other side is down.